I'm here for RuPaul's Drag Race Vegas review episode, season 1, episode 3, The Weakest Link, and I am worked up. I am not sending hate to any queens. I'm not trying to, I don't want anyone to hurt themselves. I don't want to get anyone off. Media, whatever. But I'm kind of worked up a little bit because I'm really upset. So I'm going to review this the same way I have done all my other reviews for things like The Real Housewives of whatever, Sister Wives, all my other reviews, which is I'm just going to talk about people's behavior. And some people were wrong this episode. And I can't continue my, I love everyone. Now the queens have all been really good and they all talk about how all of the queens on the show are wonderful and awesome. But this made me mad. This episode made me mad. So anyway, it starts with the press conference. Naomi, Asia, and Cameron are in a room together. Maybe I missed the beginning of this. Anyway, Asia has 6 siblings, a ton of siblings. Both of her parents are dead. His fiance doesn't know that both of his parents are dead. And I appreciate Asia being honest with us and explaining, but I do kind of feel like you better talk to your fiance. Like that's something, you know, with you should talk to your fiance. Your fiance should know. Anyway, oh my gosh, my notes. Oh, so anyway, they're sitting there and Naomi's like, let's get into the tea. Who's the worst of all of our castmates? And it's like, she knows what she's doing. Cameron wants no part of this, isn't even going to respond. But Asia goes, well, what do you mean? We all have our pluses and minuses. I think we're all good at different things. And she's like, well, as a teammate. And Naomi admits that she's known as being a pot stirrer. She's known for getting herself into trouble, that she wants the drama and the gossip. And so Asia tells her to her face, not to her back or anything, well, you're sort of a Beyonce and you don't want to be part of the group. Now, first of all of the insults you can give a Beyonce, like that is the most sugar-coated of all of the insults. That is saying basically that you want to be the star of our group. And Beyonce's a positive. So I didn't have a problem with what Asia said. And frankly, Naomi, if you're going to start trying to dig up stuff, I like Naomi. I think Naomi's a lot of fun. She reminds me of like kind of a Sonia or Ramona or whatever, just all over the place that aren't my favorite housewives. But you cannot be mad when you ask a super pot-stirring question and then get an answer that you're unhappy with. Like, there's certain questions you don't ask if you don't want. Anyway, doesn't say anything to Asia, but immediately runs to Derek. Goes in and is like, I had to get ready because of all this bad energy because Asia said I was the weakest link of the team. Knowing full well. So, first of all, doesn't go to Asia, doesn't talk about it, immediately goes to the person that she knows is going to be in the middle of everything. Because I know a lot of you like Derek, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But Derek has consistently been in the middle of trouble. Derek puts himself in the middle of trouble, stirs up the pot just as much as Naomi does. 2 seconds ago, they were at each other's throat for something that happened. And it just seems like whatever, some people like to feed on conflict, and it feels like that. So anyway, it can't be in the, all this bad energy, all that. Basically just does kind of a mean girl, sets up Asia. Asia doesn't really know what's going on. Okay. Cut to a different storyline. We set up Vanjie, or Jose, as Jose likes to be referred to, out of drag. So try to be respectful of that, but it gets a little difficult with all of the multiple names. Anyway, they want to set him up. Derek takes him to kind of this like cowboy sort of themed gay club, and kind of people get all handsy with him and are touching him and stuff. And I really appreciate this storyline with Vanjie / Jose. Talking about, I feel like on the show there's so much over-sexualization of the gay lifestyle that sometimes some of the nuance can get lost, that not everybody's looking for a hookup, not everybody's looking to be manhandled and touched, and of course everyone, consent's an issue for everyone, even people that are incredibly sexualized. Doesn't mean that that's what they want in their personal life, doesn't mean, even people who enjoy that in places, it's about consent. And so we get, sometimes there's a one-dimensional view on TV and all we see is like, oh, they make a lot of jokes, so clearly they would like someone grabbing at them without their permission. And even as I say that, I hope you're going like, well, that's dumb. That's not how that works. But you kind of see that play out. So Derek's in the middle of that, pushing that, introduces them to some guy that they call Lance Bass. Sorry, I don't even have his name written down. Anyway, Evie stops him with the burlesque dancers just out of nowhere. So very typical Real Housewives, like, oh, I just thought I'd stop in. Well, feel free to sit down and enjoy. Do you want to join? Yeah, I guess I will. Little, whatever. It's, as far as reality TV goes, this is an area where I kind of will suspend logic and stuff to be like, sure, he just walked in and was like, hey, and they were totally fine with cameras and all that. Anyway, that was fun. Evie wants to rap, since he's been doing it since he's a kid. He wants to have a rap album, gets a chance to get some verses down, says if Drake can do it, so can I. Hey, go for it. There's no reason why you can't. I mean, it's not like everybody else is born with some magic, rap birthmark that tells them they can do it. Everybody who raps at some point didn't rap and then started rapping. Go for it. Go for it, Evie. So Derek meets with Vanjie again, or Jose. Of course, someone stops by and says, as they walk by, oh, I love you so much. Oh, thank you, thank you. Totally digging Vanjie / Jose. The calmer. I love Vanjie at 1,000, but you know what else is cool? Having Jose talk about things that are important to them, what they want in life, what they want a partner. These are really important things to understand, that people are complete beings, and that even though we love the stage persona of Vanjie, that Jose in his private life has the right to be who he is, and that he doesn't have to always be performative, that he doesn't have to entertain the person that he's with, that he doesn't have to carry the conversation. He is not on a, this is not an interview with the press. This is his personal life, and there's different things that he wants, and that's okay. So anyway, Derek sets him up with Lance Bass. First of all, a first date on camera, just kill me now. This is not going to work out well. It's a little bit awkward. He called him kind of vanilla ice cream. Totally understand. So Naomi we cut back. Naomi is still upset at Asia, and Asia doesn't know it, so they got a party. I thought it was at Derek's again, but I guess it's a hotel room. With all of the dancers, they decided to play Truth and Dare. So somehow it ends up to be, the whole thing is a bit about Naomi. So Naomi kisses Derek's foot. Naomi kisses a dancer that she's been interested in, and then it lands on Asia. Why did you say that Naomi was the weakest link? And Asia, I felt, had some really valid conversation replies, which is like, I didn't say that to you. Oh, well, Naomi told me. Oh, great. So what you're saying is you're butting yourself into someone else's conversation. And this is where I got really worked up, because I felt like this was a situation where everybody ganged up on Asia to call her out on a private conversation that she had with Naomi, that Naomi then spread around the group and she didn't want to be accountable. She's like, this was supposed to be a private conversation I had with Asia, except she didn't make any attempt. She kind of besmirched Asia's name to the rest of the team and was like, you just have bad energy. And it just really felt to me like a pile up on Asia. This is not like Asia out of nowhere brought this up and was like, Derek, I think you're the weakest link. Out of nowhere. This is, sorry, Derek. So I guess I'm getting a little Freudian slip. This is not a situation where Asia went to Naomi and said, out of nowhere, you're the weakest link. It's a question that Naomi asked, and I like Naomi, but I really feel like Naomi should be carrying the brunt of this, and it should be between the two of them. I don't know why Derek's involved, and that really bothers me, because some people love this kind of conflict. They feed on it. I've actually read a study that certain personality types naturally lack adrenaline, so they love conflict because they're missing the adrenaline kick in their life, and so conflict raises their adrenaline, and they're kind of an adrenaline junkie, and certain personalities love this, but it's not really healthy. And I'd say most people, it's not fair to drag other people into your adrenaline. I'm not saying that's what the case is happening, but it sure feels like it. And then secondly, you know, I wanted Asia to like stand up and be like, first of all, I said that we all have pluses and minuses and weaknesses. And I said that this particular weakness of Naomi's is that she tends to miss events. She misses the prayer circle, which was Naomi's own admission. She was late to events. So don't ask a question. Like, I wanted Asia to kind of stand up for herself and say, this is a question that Naomi specifically asked us. I said that we all had pluses and minuses, but that in this one area, I felt she was the weakest. She, to go to everybody else in our group and badmouth me and not tell me to my face, you know, is really hurtful. And I don't see, and some of this she kind of did say, and Derek, I don't understand why you're involved. And so I really feel, you know, I mean, obviously the best thing would have been for Asia just to refuse to answer. But, you know, she got lured into the fact that she thought they were friends. And I guess that's that. So I'm kind of worked up about it. To be clear, I don't hate anyone. I don't want anyone to suffer. I don't want anyone to be off social media. I hate that I even have to say that. I'm not going to tweet Derek and say that, you know, she's in trouble. I'm not going to put, just right here. That's it. So anyway, I'm getting way too invested in this fight that has nothing to do with me. And I know that they're all okay now. They've repeatedly talked about how everything's fine between the cast. So it will get worked out. But next week, looks like I just want to do my head in because I'm so frustrated for the situation. Anyway, okay, bye.